Yo, what is up guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to make Midwest emo. But what is Midwest emo? Midwest emo is a genre of music that came from the Midwest of the United States around the 1990s and takes heavy inspiration from indie rock and math rock. Artists like American Football, Modern Baseball, and Mom Jeans are some good examples of Midwest emo bands. Today, I'm going to try to capture that somber, mathy Midwest emo sound. Alright guys, before I get into anything, I want to mention today's sponsor, which is me, by way of my online shop. You too can help support the channel by purchasing various drum kits, loops, or presets. It means a lot, really helps out. Anyways, back to the video. Alright. So, just to start out, I want to mention that I'm using FAC GCE tuning on my acoustic guitar. I don't know why I chose to do acoustic. I kind of just liked the tones that I was getting out of it and the sounds and the ideas that I was coming up with. So I decided to do on acoustic, which isn't necessarily traditionally Midwest emo. A lot of the time you'll see people playing with Telecasters through Vox amps, but I decided to use my acoustic. And an open tuning will really help you achieve that Midwest emo sound. You know, usually there's lots of tapping or hammer-ons and pull-offs, and using an open tuning will really help you achieve that because it just makes it so much easier to do. So here I kind of split up the melodies and the chords just for ease. So let's start out with the first set of guitars that I recorded, and on that I just have my basic acoustic guitar preset, which is a preamp, compressor, and some EQ, but also have a little bit of delay on there just because I liked how it sounded, and here's what I came up with. Now this riff is in 11/8, and do not worry about time signatures at all. You know, Midwest emo does take inspiration, like a lot of inspiration from math rock, but when you're writing a riff, you don't write it in the headspace that, okay, I'm gonna write a riff in 11/8. No, you just write it and then see how it feels. And that's kind of what I went for, because I didn't set out to write in 11/8. I only discovered after arranging everything that it was 11/8. So don't worry about that if you're not super musically inclined. So onto the next part. So that acoustic guitar goes into a 4/4 section, which sounds like this. Alright, and then for the melodies, try do something with, as I said, a lot of pull-offs or even some tapping if you want to. Here is what I came up with, and I'll show it in context with the last guitar track. See, just something like fast and with a lot of pull-offs, and that's why I recommend open tuning, because it makes that so much easier. And now the second set of melodies, which go on in the 4/4 section. Alright, and now onto the bass line. Now, for the bass, you can keep it quite simple. For the bass, I'm tuned in standard. I know with American Football, for the song Nevermeant, I saw that the bass is also tuned FACG. And you don't need to do this at all. I don't know why they did it. It kind of makes it harder to play it, in my opinion, if you have it in a different tuning. So if you're a bass player, stick to what tuning you're used to, because you're not playing the same complicated lead line, so there's no reason to be in open tuning on your bass. So just stay in standard tuning. I did a really just simple bass line, just playing the root notes of the chords. And I'm using BOD, great plugin, been using it a lot recently. So a little bit of compression to just keep the low end consistent, and I'm just boosting the low end a bit. So here's what I came up with. And then now, if you want to get really technical, what you could do, and what American football does, is you can have a bass line that changes the chord tones. And that's getting into some pretty complex harmony stuff. I didn't want to do that for this because I felt like it was a bit too much, but you can really just dial it in to your taste. And then I have some drums. As you can tell, everything is sort of following that main chord hit. And I'm leaving space for the melody. So here's how it sounds in the beginning. So really leaving space for that melody so you can really hear it. And then it just transitions into a full-blown. Alright guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, please consider checking out my online shop. Without further ado, here is the final Midwest Emo track.